Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Kickback Lounge podcast. My name is Drew Young, and I'm here today with a very special person, a fighter,
Max Choriev.
MMA professional,
Yes, sir. You already know who it is.
the Uzbek wolf or bull. What is it now?
Hey, man. Uzbek lizard.
Uzbek lizard?
Hey, bro. They're going through the whole, Animal Kingdom, bro.
Exactly. But yes, we got Max Choriev, aka Murodbek, aka the Uzbek bull.
Yes, sir.
We got him in the building, fresh off his professional debut. You know what time it is. So I guess we get right into it. How are you feeling right about now?
Right about now?
Uh-huh.
Bloated.
Loaded?
Bloated.
Oh, bloated?
Bloated. Yes, sir.
You've been eating hellas after your fight?
So since my fight, I've been on a seafood diet.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I see, I eat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Who'd you hear that from, bro?
I heard it from who? I saw it online a while ago, but I that's how I feel right now. I'm on a seafood diet. Anything I see, I devour.
Yes. So let's get into your professional debut, man. First professional fight and also first main event.
Yes, sir.
So Shamrock FC.
344.
Hold on, what we got here, bro?
What are we about to pull up?
A gun?
Oh shit, he got the Glock on him. He got the thing on
I'm
him.
kidding.
Bro, we got the ticket right here, bro.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, there it is.
We might have to frame that, bro.
Frame it.
That's the professional debut ticket, bro. But how did it feel? Like, what was the preparation like for this? Was it? I know you were in Michigan for most of the time, right?
Yeah. So, my last MMA fight was last year of February of 2022,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been trying to get a fight since then. Like, when I was here, back in June, I was trying to get a fight, MMA fight, but couldn't find anything. So I was almost forced to take a Muay Thai fight, which I got. I won that. Then after that, I was trying to get another fight as soon as possible, but nothing. Then I moved to Michigan. I was there for about 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, and break that down, because I know that was not the easiest thing to do, especially like just making the decision to be like, okay, I'm gonna leave behind pretty much everything. I wouldn't say everything you ever known, because I mean you came from Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
So like, but a significant portion of your life.
Okay, so with that, moving to Michigan, so I didn't even have an idea that I was gonna move to Michigan for real.
Mm-hmm.
So Joaquin Buckler, when he fought, who did he fight? He fought, I can't remember who he fought. He fought Al Hassan, I believe. No. He fought the Russian, Khabib cousin.
Duraev?
Duraev, yeah, Albert Duraev. Yeah, he fought him, and the
Wait, he's Russian. His first name's Albert.
Alberto. I don't know, man. His name's Albert Duraev, and Joaquin be calling him Khabib cousin, because he's Russian and shit.
Right.
But yeah, dude. So he called me out like 6 months ahead of time, like when he was for his camp. He called me out just to get some wrestling rounds in with him, and he flew me out, paid for everything, got me a place to stay in, which I do appreciate, And I went out there and I trained with him and a bunch of other guys, and I noticed the difference between my training here and my training there. It's a whole nother level.
So okay, the biggest thing was like competition wise, or just
one, there was bigger guys, which like a lot of gyms around in St. Louis, the guys are like, a lot of them are like small. A lot of the fighters are small.
Like smaller weight class, or
smaller
just
weight classes, yes.
Okay.
So they're like 55 and below. There's a lot of them, and there are several 70 and 85ers, but skill wise they're not as high calibered. So over there is high caliber and bigger guys too. When I went there for a week and I got some good training, and I was like, dude, I need to make a move here. Like I need to.
Mm-hmm.
So
was there something that like was there something that set off like a switch that you were like, okay?
Oh yeah. So when I went there, I wrestled with Andy Simmons. So he's a high caliber wrestler.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last time. Right?
Yeah, him. I wrestled him, and I was like, dude, I thought I was a decent wrestler. He was like 30 pounds lighter than me.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have never been manhandled fight anybody
Mhm.
like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude just pressure, breaking me down, constant movement, and all just controlling me. I'm like, damn, this is a different type of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't give you like room to breathe, room to adjust your like. He just pressure, just anything you do, just snaps you back down, breaks you
Yeah.
down, takes you down, controls you, just constant pressure. I was like, all right, dude, like I got mad honestly when I was wrestling him.
Yeah.
I got agitated. I was like, dude, like I need to come here. I need to train with this guy a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I went out after the camp. I talked to Joaquin a little bit. He's like, man, yeah, if you can make the move here, just move here. I was like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move to Michigan.
Yeah.
I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have anything. I just fucking packed up all my shit. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna stay in my car.
And you had already had thoughts of like getting out of like St. Louis, right?
Yeah, I was planning to leave St. Louis, but I didn't really have a like set time. But I needed to move though, for real.
So you had that feeling for a while, right?
Oh yeah, I've been, not just me. A lot of people have told me that, hey man, they're like, you need to move out of St. Louis because if you're stuck here, you're just gonna be another body that just stayed in St. Louis, didn't go anywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I had that in my end already. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the fucking move, whatever. I didn't have, you know what I'm saying. I was gonna stay in my car, which is like, now that I think about it, now that I experienced the Michigan winter, fuck that. I was like, no sir.
So not suggested.
Yeah, like now I think about it, I was dumb as hell.
If you're gonna stay in your car, stay somewhere warm, right?
Yeah. So I was like, if I had an idea, if it would get too cold, I was gonna go to like a gym that's 24 hours. I was gonna sign up, just fucking
Take showers there.
take showers, and yeah. So I was gonna do that, but
Yeah. So you get out to Michigan, you train a while, and you realize that the competition's a lot better.
mm-hmm.
From there, did you know that you said it was like hard to get a fight. Did you know the next fight that you wanted was professional, or were you trying to find an amateur fight?
I was trying to get one more amateur fight, and you know.
What kind of made you want to do the amateur thing still, like, and not make the switch yet?
Just because I haven't fought in a while, you know, like my last fight was February 2022. I was like, dude, I need to get at least a warm-up fight in, because you know you just go in there, you're just gonna be a little rusty. So I was like, all right, I want to get one more amateur fight in, then get turn pro right after.
Mm-hmm.
Tried, didn't go anywhere. And I was like, fuck it. If that's the case, I don't have much of a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to my coach. He's like, all right, man, you can go pro. Like, you have the skill set, you have everything to go pro. And
This is
like,
Joaquin Murcielago?
yes,
Okay.
My coach, Joaquin Murcielago. And I talked to him. He's like, you can go pro now. I was like, I thought about it. I was like, fuck it, why not? But even with me deciding to turn pro, I couldn't get any fights.
Really?
Yeah, for like 4 or 5 months.
Why do you think that was?
A lot of my fights are on YouTube, and I'm very dominant on my fights. I have a 1 loss as an amateur. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think I choked out with the guillotine, because I took the guy down, you know, dropped me, just caught me in the guillotine, and just choked me out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't by a tap. It wasn't by anything else. It wasn't by a TKO or KO, by submission. You know.
Yeah.
But,
Is that something you want back? The Johnny Hopper fight?
What's up?
Is that something you want back? Like.
Oh
Like a
yeah, I would like
rematch of
to. I would like to run it back with him, but I believe he dropped down to 55. I'm too big to cut down 55. I don't think I could.
You already cut down to 170, and like, what's your walk around?
I'll normally walk around like 190. I'm 190 and 95, so like around 93.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I walk around at, and I also cut down to 70, which it's like pain in the ass, and I would not want to cut down to 55.
Absolutely. So yeah, once you figure out, okay, my next fight's gonna be professional. How does your mindset shift? Does it at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Like you worry about it a little bit more, because it's like once you're more serious about it. Like me, I took it more seriously now. I'm like, bro, I'm like, all right, dude. Like, I cannot be missing out training. I have to prepare everything on point. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, amateur, if you lose the like, yeah, you lost, but, like, when you turn pro, you still start from scratch. But once you turn pro, it's set. Your record is set on stone. You can't change it.
Was that your mindset when you were amateur? You were like, if I lose, I lose? Or did that never, like, creep in your mind at all?
It's not that I go in there thinking to lose. Like, to me, at the end of the fight, I just go in there to, fight. Like, just like the dog in me, like if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the mentality I go in. But like I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's difference being afraid, to fight, than there's afraid of losing. Because like when you turn, like I'm more afraid of losing than like afraid of fight. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So like this being turning pro is like more of a set on stone. It's more like this is permanent. Like you know what I'm saying? This is, you gotta be more on point. You cannot be lenient with your training.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of fighters, from what I hear them say, is like they have fear when they're fighting. Like Chael Sonnen said it, Rampage said it. Like there's fear legitimately. I mean, it makes sense because it's gonna be fear there. But like that's interesting that you say like the fear of like losing versus the fear of actually fighting.
Yeah, like the fighting part's not hard. People think it's hard, but it's the fact that the idea of everything's like the idea of it is what messes with your head than what it actually is in reality.
You get the fight booked, and then what's the immediate feeling there? Is it like nerves at all, or what's kind of going on in your head?
Me trying to get a fight. So back when I moved to Michigan, right off the bat, I was like, "Hey, coach, I want to get a month in training in. I want to get a fight." Like he's like, "Yeah, we can get you a fight. We can get you a fight." He said he contacted about 5 or 6 different promotions. A couple of them accepted it. They're like, "We can get you a fight for sure." Then some of them fell through. Then a couple that said, "Oh, we're gonna get you a fight. We got a guy that you just send him a contract. Send him a contract. They accept the fight. Then they back out. We had like 2 of those. I'm like, fuck. So we just pain in the ass. So we called almost all the local promotions in Michigan where I stay, and nothing. We didn't get nothing. So we end up contacting Shamrock, and Shamrock's like, we can get you something, okay? We can get you a fight. I'm like, fuck it. If you give me a fight, I'll come back to Missouri and fight, So I came back and put on a show for the people. I was hoping the fight would last longer.
Well, yeah, let's get into the day of. Everybody's there, and we know how like local. Whenever you fight locally, like, because you fought away from home and you also fought at home, and like, I'm pretty sure we talked about it before, but like, there's just a lot of people around, and it can be a bit of a distraction. Did you feel that at all?
Yeah, because when I was here, I had picked up some tickets like a month and a half out. I had to sell those tickets, so I sold a bunch of tickets. I had to be talking to people, and the last week I tried like stay away from people, just zoning into the fight, and it was a little hard because I had to talk to people. People hit me up, constantly, a lot of distractions. But at the end of the day, I was like, it's part of fighting, like in my head, like it was annoying me, but I was like, this is part of the game. Enjoy it, because like once the game is over, like it's fucking over. Like even the bad moments like this, you're gonna miss once the game's over. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's annoying as it is, just enjoy it. So I tried not to focus on the bad distractions, but I was like, all right, it's part of the game, accept it as it is, and keep going.
What's the best advice before we actually like get into a fight breakdown? What's the best advice you got for this pro debut?
Best advice?
Yeah. Is there like a best piece of advice or something that stuck with you?
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of people, like I wasn't like really that nervous about my pro debut. Like my coach and everybody, like when somebody's nervous, they can tell you're nervous. They can try to comfort you. And there, like a lot of people were trying to comfort me. I'm like, bro, like what do you guys like? My back of my head, I didn't say it directly to them, but in my head, I'm like, I'm not nervous. Like people think I'm nervous about my pro debut.
Like it kind of like they're expressed.
They're trying to comfort you. You know what?
They're trying to comfort themselves in a way.
Maybe.
I think that's where it comes from. Where like they're projecting their nervousness on you, maybe.
Or maybe, I don't know. To me,
like if they're nervous for you, they're like, "Hey, bro, like it's gonna be okay." Or it could come from that, or it could just come from like a genuine place. But
maybe I don't know. Like I guess a lot of people that turn pro, they get nervous. Like to me, I wasn't really nervous. I was like, it's another fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, when you,
I would just like, it's another fight. At the end of the day, it's another fight. But just be more cautious. Play more, be more cautious. Be more on guard. Don't do crazy shit.
Even though that, I mean, in the first round, we've seen that.
Spinning back. Oh, it's more. That was like more of a recovery thing.
Yeah.
So I kicked, and he moved out. He stepped back, so my weight was already shifting. Then I was thinking, all right, if he steps back in, he's gonna eat a spinning back kick. So I kicked and turned my hips into like a spinning back kick.
Yeah, it was nice to see because I was like, okay, he's like.
I
he's
wasn't
in there.
nervous in my fight. I wasn't really
He's
nervous.
fluid. That's my perspective from it. It was like, all right, he's like fluid in it.
Yeah, you know, like to me, like when I'm fighting, I don't like to waste certain motion, like what do you call momentum.
Yeah.
Because when I fight with momentum. Like if I punch this way, my hips already loaded on this side, so I'm coming back the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So when I kicked, my hips was already overextended from the returning point. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna follow up with it. This is my next kick, and that I did that because like he's longer, so like a lot of people like to counter. So I assumed he was gonna come just in case he comes in. He was gonna eat a spinning back kick to the fucking side of his head.
Yes. So did you feel any added pressure that this was a main event? Like, because it was the very last fight of the night. Like,
no added pressure. It was just like it was more annoying because I don't like
really?
Yeah, like
you don't like to wait.
Yeah, I don't like to wait. But like I said before, man, like it's part of fighting. So I will eventually miss it. So I try not to say it's annoying, be negative about it. I try to enjoy it as much as I can. You know what I'm saying?
So it was a pretty quick fight. I mean, what was it? Like I said like a minute 40. It was something around there, right?
I
think it was like 3 minutes, 3.5 left or something like that.
Yeah, like 3.5. It's like 5-minute round. So
okay, yeah.
So yeah.
So math is hard.
It was like 2 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. So what I feel from what I've heard you say about like asking you about post-fight stuff in the past, my perspective on how you probably feel is like you wish it would have been more of a challenge because that's the dog in him, you know?
Yeah, so like the thing is, man, like I was a little disappointed how short it was, the fight. But at the end of the day, that's what I do. I train to make it look that easy. I train to make it that short.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of fighting is for me in the game is to go in there, do damage, and get out without getting any damage, which I did. I think I did a phenomenal job at that.
Did you actually get hit at all?
He kicked me, but like I checked it, so like I wouldn't even count those.
Right.
So other than that, no, I didn't get hit.
No, it was awesome though. Like just like it almost. I wonder if people feel that this is like an expected thing now, or like. Because we've seen you finish like fights pretty quickly, like consistently.
Oh yeah, a lot of like 80%. Hold on, how many fights did I go? I think 2 fights. That's one Muay Thai, like one MMA fight. I went to decision. Rest of them all been finished.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I was gonna say, but about the fight, it was very short. I was very disappointed how short it was, but at the end of the day, I shouldn't be because I did what I was trained to do, which is go out there, dominate, do damage, and get out without getting any damage. I did that, which I executed perfectly, I say. But personally, I was a little disappointed because all the time and effort you put into training, and it lasted that short. It's like to me, fighting is fun.
Yeah.
So when going into that short, it's like damn, I was like a little disappointed, but I shouldn't be, you know. Yeah. I shouldn't be.
I mean, look at Ronda Rousey back in the day. She had like 8 fights or something that like the total was like first 30 seconds, first minute she's finishing them all. Yeah. But I mean it just builds up after time. But what was your immediate like post fight like feeling reaction like? Were you just like
I was disappointed. That's it. This little disappointment was the main thing. But I think the reason I was more disappointed was not because I beat him shortly. It's the fact that I felt like a bully.
I mean, you bullied the shit out of him, bro.
No, the thing was like
you did bully. You are a bully. I mean, you like bullied him, bro.
I did. I mean, it was
his pro debut as well. So. Yeah.
So, but the thing is,
they let the fight go for way too long. That's facts.
I think so. So here's the thing. Before the fight gone right, we did a face off. Like, you know, like there's a quote that Mike Tyson says when I'm facing him, looking him in the eye, like there's a chink in his armor. And I know I have him, dude. When I had the face off, bro. I was looking dead in his eyes. Like, I saw this dude was not mentally there. This day of the fight, all right? Next day, the day of the fight, I went in there. I was like, this dude is, like, afraid to fight. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit about that dude, but, like, that's how I felt. I felt like this dude has nothing on me right now.
Yeah. I mean, respect to him for stepping in, especially after like all the cancellations, and we know it's hard for you to even find a fight. So I mean, shout out to him
appreciate
for even
him.
accepting it.
Like it takes a lot, like a lot of heart to step in the cage, and like I appreciate him coming into the cage.
Yeah.
You know?
So
But,
I just don't want to think like we're like
I'm not bashing
about him. It's just like the feeling you got. Yeah.
The feeling I got is like, dude wasn't he was afraid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his body posture, he was trying to like act. You know, when he was walking out, he was jumping, dancing. It's more like I just went out there calm, collected. You know, I was so sure that I was gonna dominate this guy, because you know when people do too much to compensate for their like confidence. He was doing extra to, like, I could tell from his body language he was doing extra to compensate for his the
lack of confidence.
The lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I went out there, calm, collected, and I went there and executed. You know.
Right. And the guy you fought in Brookfield, what was his name? Richard.
Richard Moet. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember watching that stare down, and like he looked nervous. Like sometimes when guys move like too much, it just looks a little bit off. Like you can tell there's something there. Yeah. Sometimes it's not the case, but like, have you ever felt that way in a stare down before?
In a stare down, like, here's the thing: a lot of people, like, you don't physically fight in a stare down, right? But it's a mental game. Like me, I will look through your soul. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be Mike Tyson. I might get my ass beat, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna put up one fight.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm staring somebody down, I'm like, bro, I'm ready to fucking take a piece of your soul, piece of your life. You know, like they know, they can tell. Like, cause like when I was staring down in his eyes, right? I'm looking directly in his eyes, right? I saw his pupils dilate. No, I'm not even joking. I saw his pupils dilate.
Yeah.
In the fight, stare down. I was like, this guy, like, that's the chink in his armor. Like,
so you knew from there.
Yeah, like when you stare somebody down, you should, like me. You cannot take a reaction out of me when you're staring down me. I'm gonna look straight through your soul. Like I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? When I see a dilation in your pupil, there's some kind of reaction happening in your mind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like a deer and a headlight type of thing.
Yes,
you know, or like if a lion's like chasing a gazelle or something. You know.
Yeah. I saw, like, he had light color eyes, right? So I saw the pupil dilate in his eyes. So I'm like, oh, dude, I have him. Like, I'm not afraid of this man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So did that give you more confidence, or were you already like pretty maxed out?
I was confident, but like when I saw that, I was like, this dude is like afraid to fight. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to bash on a dude, but like, I could tell he was not mentally there to fight.
Interesting. So this is your first. I mean, in a professional fight, something that's different is you could elbow on the ground, right? Like, you couldn't do that before.
Yep.
Correct?
So, yeah, in my fight, we're keeping our hands up, right? So the ref stopped like, hey, for like 10 seconds, like, hey, man, guys, keep your hands down. You're going to poke each other's eye. This is going to be the only warning I'm going to tell you. Then I'm going to take a point away from whoever gets their eye poked, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. I closed my hands up. Then I saw the opening. So my coach was yelling the combination. Like, when the combination was, my coach was saying, rear kick, lead hand, and finish him, right? So I did a feint. He was going to my right? I'm southpaw. He's going to my right. I do a feint. Then he steps back. Then I'm like, all right. Then the kick comes to his head. I kick him in the head. This dude like wobbles. I come back with the 3 across, right? Then drops. And on the way there, I had him. I know he was down. And as he was going down, I was gonna knee him. Then I pulled the knee. I didn't want to, like, stepping in the fight. I know he had like 3 kids, I believe, 3 or 4 kids. They're little kids too, you know. Like, I kind of like that's what went through my head. That's what went through my head. I was like, oh, dude, I don't want to like do a personal, like, permanent damage to this man, you know. Yeah. To his head. So I pulled the knee back. If you can run the fight back, you guys will see that I pulled the knee back. So then from there, I was trying to get on the ground, just try to finish him on the ground with just punches. Yeah. Right, punches. Then he turned from this side to the other side. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut him open. If I cut him open, the fight's gonna end. So I throw some elbows. Like, he just covered up. He's not even defending any of my punches or my elbows. The ref is just ready to step in. I'm like, I'm letting I'm pulling it back. I'm like hoping the ref will stop it, you know. But the ref is not stopping. So I'm like,
I don't know why he let it go for so long.
Yeah, I think the ref let it gone for a little too
The
far.
crowd was like, Herb Dean, like, what's going on? They were calling him all sorts of names, bro.
That's funny.
Like,
Yeah, I was hitting him in the head, and the ref was not stopping. I was like, all right, body shots. I'm
I
going,
mean, it should have been ended, but it is what it is, you know? But it's good that you, like, kept going because a lot of guys, I mean, we've seen, like, professional fights. We've seen fights in the UFC where, like, guys will kind of be like, they won't go after it, and then they end up getting, like, knocked out because they didn't, like, try to finish the fight. But
so I mean, I didn't want to. I wanted the fight to be over as soon as possible, because I kind of felt bad for the guy, because I felt like a bully, like I said. I felt like he should not be there in the cage with me.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think the skill difference, the fight caliber, it's not the same in my opinion.
Do you think that's bad that you kind of felt that way, or
is it bad? No, it's not bad. I just think I felt like a bully. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a fight. He accepted the fight. You know what I'm saying? He accepted the fight. I felt bad about it, but I didn't. I mean, I still punched him in the face. I still elbowed him. You know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's still a fight.
Yeah.
You get to eat or you get to eat.
Because I'm thinking like you don't think like in the future, say you get like a tougher opponent, more skilled opponent, something that's a little more dangerous, like you don't think you'll feel that way?
No. The reason is, I like a little bit of challenge. And when somebody to me, when that happens, when somebody fights back, like to me, it's like, all right, let's get it going. But the guy I fought, he did not want to be in the cage with me.
Yeah, he didn't really. Once he's on the ground, it's like he did not. Yeah, he was just guarding. Like he didn't even try to switch position or anything.
Even before that, like not even before that. I'm talking about even before like getting hit and getting dropped. He did not want to be in the cage with me. Like somebody that doesn't want to be in there with you. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Like it's like somebody innocent. You almost like a pick on him. You know what I'm saying? You only beat him up because it's almost feels like it's just so dominant in one way.
It's just kind of funny to hear because like it's like it is a fight and that's like you're going in there to like hurt somebody. Yeah. So it's just interesting to hear that perspective.
Yeah, when you're in a fight, dude, your mind's working so much, so fast, so quickly. Your reactions, like your thinking, everything's like so quick. Like a lot of things go to your mind.
Do you think your mental game has improved? Because we know your physical game has improved with like the new training and stuff and the different environment. You feel like your mental switched being in this fight? Like,
I don't think it switched. It calmed down a lot more.
Okay.
Calmed down. What I mean is like, I'm not so ready to finish. I'm gonna take my time with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the young Max that was like started fighting like 3, 4, 5 years ago, like MMA wise. When I say we're open, I just went out there fucking just trying to finish it, you know? Now I'm going to like pick and choose where I want to take my shots and where I want to go finishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more calm and collected about how my choices, my attacks are, and what I need to do, what I don't need to do, what the risks to take, what not to take, you know? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is just like a chess. It's like a game of chess, only in a physical fighting sense.
Yeah, with a lot higher consequences.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks to lose chess, but
Well, yeah.
But so yeah, you talked about just your younger self in terms of MMA like mentality. What advice would you give your younger, like let's say like I don't know 2022 or like just starting to really get serious about MMA? What advice would you give yourself then, if you could talk to them now?
Just fight, keep fighting. Like, cause I don't think I did anything wrong in my fighting. It's just like that's with everybody. It's when you start beginning, you're more reactive to things, but it's just like being calm and collected as I am now. It just comes over time. Only thing I could tell my younger self is just keep fighting, gain that experience, because that mentality will come as you fight more. You know what I'm saying? Just be smart about your weight cut. Just be smart about your training, and just keep doing what you're doing. I think I did everything good, my opinion. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything, really.
That's dope. So do you have any plans for, like, what's coming up, or are you kind of just, like...
So, right now, I fought over on Saturday, and since then, I've just been eating, for real.
So now too focused on what's coming up, just gonna, like, let it happen?
I'm here for 2 weeks. Well, I'm here for another week in St. Louis, then I'm going back to fucking work.
Back to grind?
Yeah, so, like, the thing is, the only reason I'm taking just 2 weeks off is because I've been on the camp almost 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
back to back, getting ready for a fight. The fight that might happen.
Yeah.
That fell through. You know what I'm saying? That guy backed out from. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was nonstop on diet. I was just constantly training. Like, I wasn't doing like in Michigan. I have nothing to do there, bro. All I do is, I work and I train.
Yeah.
That's all I do. I don't have friends over there like that. Excuse me. I don't have friends over there like that. I don't have people to talk to. That's what I do. I get up in the morning. I go work out or I go to work. Get back from like I'll get up 4 a.m. right. From 4 a.m. I get off at like 1 or 2. Then from there I go to training. I hit the sauna. Then I get the recovery session. Then I get a workout. And I go to run in. Then I go like middle of the night like around 7 to 9. I get MMA training in. And before then like sometimes we train early in the morning at 9 to like not 10 to not like an hour of strength conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly just working out and training. I don't really have time to eat, laid back and whatever. You know? So I'm like, I finally got a fight in. Let me enjoy over 2 weeks of eating whatever, and just relax, hang out with people that I haven't seen in like months. So I'm just enjoying my like little 2 week vacation.
Yeah.
But at like in a week, it's gonna be over.
Do you enjoy that mindset? Because for me, like I'm working all the time, and like when I get a couple of days off here and there, and like it's just like something doesn't feel right to me, you know?
At the beginning, it was, I felt out of place for like first 3 months, but now I'm like, I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to it now. I'm like, it's just like a daily thing. I'm like, you know what to do. Just go out there, do work, and put your work in, come back home, relax. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a daily thing. I don't. It doesn't stress me out like it did the first 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm out of place. It's like a normal routine kind of thing now.
Yeah, and then something I noticed this time around is like you kind of like dipped into that, like talking to the Uzbek fans a lot more. How was that for you? Did you feel like a lot of love from them, or?
So yeah, I've been trying to connect with the Uzbek community and back in Uzbekistan, because like I represent the country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By the way, so going into the fight, I was kind of got like the first 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, 2 days before the fight, I started coughing. I got sick a little bit, so I got in the fight a little sick.
Mm-hmm.
But so, you know, good. Like, luckily, I finished the guy
Yeah.
first round. So
Did you have a feeling that was gonna affect you at all? Or?
when I'm in a fight, dude, I'll feel it, but like my mentality is just like it's like a pit bull. You know, once you go, like it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That's my mentality. Like once I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna continue, like putting pressure, moving forward with that until the job is finished.
Mm-hmm.
So, me being sick didn't change the outcome of the fight really.
Do you ever get annoyed by like certain questions that you get like after the fight, like, bro, when are we gonna see you in the UFC? Like,
That question doesn't annoy me. You know what really annoys me
which one?
is like people that have never fought in their life teaching me how to fight.
Yeah.
They're like a lot of those guys are like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. When you go in there, just get like one of my uncles. I'm not gonna say who. One of my uncles.
I could guess.
Yeah, you already know. But there be like in the back, dude. Like when, like especially me being the main event, I'm the last fight, right? Like literally, second fight or the third fight of the like card, he comes in and just like hypes me up. Right? I don't like being hyped up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm in a hype, I'm in like a fucking like kill mode,
Yeah.
and like that's my issue. When I'm in the kill mode, I'm ready to take this man's head off. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like being in that state of mind because one, like when you step in there, you're like your heart's beating so fast, you're just gonna burn yourself out.
Yeah, Shamrock, step up your security, man.
Yeah, like I don't know how, man. Let me tell you, I don't know how he gets in there, man. He gets to the back. To get in the back, you need a license, and you need to get like approved by there's security guards. I don't know how he gets in.
Yeah.
Like he gets in there. I just be like, I don't know how he does it.
Oh man.
So
But yeah.
the state came in like, hey man, you gotta go.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, he's just joking around. He's like, hey, let me get a water. I'm like, bro, they're like, that's for the fighters. You can't have the water in here.
Yeah.
Then he's
Bro,
like,
he's
come
gonna
on,
get
man.
kicked out one of these days, bro. I feel like he's gonna be there, like eventually in the UFC. He's gonna be there, like somehow ringside
Nah, bro,
or
like-
some shit, bro. Right next to like
Man, next fight-
Megan Fox or something. He's gonna be fucking.
Next fight, I'm gonna tell him, bro, like, make sure you don't let anybody in the back
Yeah.
that know me. Please.
There you go. You got a final message to the people watching this?
Message. Hey guys, this is like the beginning of my journey. Like I finally turned pro. This will start counting.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, this will start counting. Now you need to keep your eyes on me, cause my plan is to get to the UFC by end of the year, if not beginning of next year. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a UFC contract by this year, or if not beginning of next year. That's the goal. And once I get there, you already know. We're gonna try to move up the ladder as soon as possible.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out there, show up and show out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Congratulations on this fight. I do want to say, like, I was immediately after the fight, I'm thinking like, well, this is your first professional fight, and look at like Khabib, you look at Conor McGregor, like. People look up like, oh, Conor McGregor's first fight ever. You know, Khabib's first fight ever, like pro fight. And obviously it's not going to be their amateur fights, but like most of the time they're going to find their first professional fight ever. And like, this is what you got on your resume now. So congrats on that, man.
Yep. The thing is, man, like, thank you. The thing is, even my amateur fights, man, I've been getting finishes.
Yeah.
Like, how many of those guys, like
it's all on video, too.
Yeah, like, how many of those guys, like, big names, like, getting finished like me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just turned pro.
Yeah.
Wait till, like, I'm going to build up my game, you know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning. And when they look back, like, Shavkat, you know, from Kazakhstan, he gets all finishes, right? Shit, I'm going to try on the same goal. This time, I'm going to try to beat his record, whatever he's, 17-0, 18-0.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to try to beat that, you know what I'm saying? Like, beat him 29-0. I'm trying to beat that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We know you got it in you, man. I know a lot of people are proud of you. Congrats. It's dope to see, man. I like to see you grow. It's fucking awesome.
One more thing I'm going to say is, like, before coming to this fight, right? My coach, Joaquin Merslago, he, like, the week before before I came to St. Louis, him and I, like, after training, him and I had a little sit down and had a talk. He told me, like, you know Rashad Evans? He was his coach. Like, Rashad Evans is, like, the world champion. He was once upon a world champion, you know? And he said, Max, like, you have everything to become a world champion. You have the talent. You have the mentality. You don't have the distractions. You know what I'm saying? You have the work ethic. You have everything to be a world champion. Like, I've been around the game for almost 20 years, he said, or over 20 years. And, like, I can tell who has it in them and who doesn't, and who can be a champion and who doesn't. He's like, you can be a world champion. I truly believe it. Then I asked him a follow up question. I was like, do you think I could, like, I was just like, I believe myself I'd be a world champion. But I asked, I was like, do you think I could pass Khabib and Conor? Do you think, like, I just, like, jokingly asked him. He said, you have the potential to surpass those guys. Like, so you can be, because the UFC wants to get into the market. You know what I'm saying? That where you're from, the thing is, you can speak the language, English very well, very fluently, and you can speak Uzbek. So that alone will, like, UFC will market you. You have the potential. As long as you're winning, like, UFC will take care of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You will have the fan base, because the people where you're from, they love their fighters. So he said you have the potential to become, like, big as Khabib and Conor.
That's dope.
So, like, that when I heard that, dude, that stuck with me, right? When I came back here, I was running on the treadmill. That's the only thing I was thinking. What my coach said, I was like, he's been in the game for a long time, you know. If he thinks I could be a world champion and I can be big as them, what's stopping me?
Exactly.
What's stopping? Like, if he sees in me, like, I shouldn't even worry about it. I should just keep moving what I need to do. Just go out there and win. That's it.
That's dope, bro.
Yep.
I actually have one more question for you, because like, for me, certain things that happen, and I mean, in my life, like, I've been blessed with, like, a ton of opportunities and, like, shit. Obviously, it's a product of, like, working towards a goal, but I mean, I've gotten things that, like, and going to get things that, like, I never even thought possible, but, like, it's just kind of, like, part of it. Like, do you feel like a mindset? I mean, for MMA, you have to, like, work towards. You have to work towards something and, like, put in the work every single day. But do you just, like, I mean, you have the vision, I guess. For me, it's more like I kind of just live, like I work hard towards stuff, but I don't expect anything, you know? I guess it's, like, a different kind of mindset there.
To me, like, here's the thing. The way I do MMA's, like, to a lot of people, like, a regular ordinary people, MMA is such a hard and crucial lifestyle. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like to me, MMA is not hard. I just go out there, do what I need. Like I train, I practice, go out there, do what I need to. It's that simple to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that mentally, like a lot of people are afraid of mentally than physically. You know, I literally, I'm not like mentally that too stressed out. I go out there, I do what I practice. You know, like what's hard for me is like what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's complicated. That's like you I don't know. To me, like a regular people life, it's so hard to do. not I'm saying that disrespect. Like, not like the regular, but like what you do is like it's more. I feel like it takes more effort and more discipline to do what you do than what I do. To me, like I just gotta run. I just gotta do some moves, practice it like over and over. As simple as that. But you have to do such a complex things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That to me, that's harder. To me, I don't think I personally could do what you do.
It's just, I guess there's something for everybody, you know, and like a purpose, and like
I think so.
I mean I see like I don't know, say shout out to this guy Tom Ackerman. I see him like hardest workout I ever seen, bro. Like this dude literally did a radio show, and he's down in Florida right now, so it's like all remote stuff. All this stuff comes back here. Somebody produces it. This dude did a radio show in the morning, then Cardinals game comes on, does like the Cardinals broadcast, and then I leave, I go home and sleep. Come back, this dude's still on the radio like all
That's
day.
hard.
This
That's
dude gets up at like 4 a.m. every single day, like except for like Fridays and stuff. But like just watching him work and having the ability to get to work with them like every weekend and stuff, and like talk to him, bro. I see what I got to do, bro. You know,
like that. That's to me, like that's work.
Yeah,
that's a fucking real work to me.
It's work, but like, I mean, I'm sure you feel it. It's how you feel when you're doing like the training. Like, it's once you find your purpose in life, like, and you know it's go time, bro. Every time, and you just see that blessings and opportunities come your way. It's dope. But
dude, like I feel like what you do, I don't think I could ever do, bro.
I couldn't do what you do, so it's mutual.
That's crazy to me, dude. Like, to me, what I do, it's like, I don't know why people. I literally go out there, literally practice what I do.
Yeah, but like, people don't want to like.
To me, it's not that hard. I just go out there and do it. But to me, what you do, like you editing, you going around running different errands.
Bro, I'm telling you, like
putting stuff together. That's complicated.
Yeah, bro. It's not easy. Like some of the stuff, like running the Cardinals games, producing that stuff. It's not easy.
I know it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like to me, what I do is not that. It's pretty simple. You know, I go out there, do what I practice.
It's simple, but it's like a different type of dedication. But I think it's a similar thing, sort of thing.
I guess I don't know.
It's like a mentality, a mindset thing. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's dope. It's dope. I mean, I enjoy it so.
Yeah.
But they can find you at Max Choriev on Instagram,
Facebook, TikTok, Alpamash TV. I
haven't seen you put the TikToks up.
Oh yeah. I have all the social media. Shout out to my coach Joaquin Merslago. Shout out to Joaquin. Shout out to my strength and conditioning coach Justin Hardig. And Mo. All those guys came out there. You know. Coach Justin couldn't come because there was some family situation he had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for coming out and supporting me. Shout out to you guys. And shout out to the team. Shout out to all my sponsors and people that bought the tickets. I do appreciate you guys a lot because without your guys' help, I don't think this fight would happen. So I appreciate you guys and keep showing love.
Yeah, and just wait till you get the UFC goal, man. You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time.
We'll play this moment back.
Yes, sir.
With the belt.
Beginning of the journey, professional debut. Yes, sir.
Done. Check mark. Yep. And you know what's next, bro. But thank you for listening to the podcast. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a comment. Go follow Max on his social media. Follow the podcast at the Kickback Lounge Podcast, at TKBO Podcast on Instagram, and rate 5 stars. Thank you for listening. Yeah.
Yep.